Hi, this is Jeff Simmons with Core Expand, and over the next few minutes I'd like to show you how you can support your independent dealers and give them a proven competitive advantage in the marketplace, especially at large corporate and government accounts, using a unique technology called punchout, which I'll describe in a minute, and ultimately drive more 6, 7, and 8-figure sales for you as the wholesale distributor. So to give you an idea of the kind of revenue opportunities I'm talking about, last month we helped a dealer win part of a $42 million contract using a unique punch-out strategy which allowed the dealer basically to compete head-to-head with Staples and Office Depot and get their fair share of the business. Of course, it was a huge win for the wholesale distributor who's going to handle the fulfillment piece. So with that in mind, let's begin by looking at the traditional wholesale channel, where we've got you supplying to independent dealers and resellers who in turn supply to end user customers. Again, specifically what we're talking about today is where the dealer is selling to the large million-dollar corporate and government accounts, because the key here is that more and more of these large accounts have e-procurement or enterprise purchasing systems. For example, there are thousands of large end user customers out there who run various purchasing applications from the likes of SAP, Oracle, Ariba, PeopleSoft, SciQuest. In total, there are about 25 of these so-called e-procurement systems out there. So the bottom line for the dealer is this: if they want to do business with these large customers, again, the large million-dollar type of accounts, the dealer must be able to establish an online connection with these systems, otherwise known as a punch-out connection. And that happens to be one of our specialties here at Core Expand, because punch-out's one of the things that we do and have been doing for about 10 years now for dealers who sell to large companies like ExxonMobil, Motorola, Federal Express, many others like you see here, plus large government and education accounts like the state of Florida, Virginia, and the University of Michigan. So what punch-out is basically, it's just a direct internet connection between a buying organization's e-procurement application and a supplier's web-based catalog and e-commerce site. And one of the reasons why punch-out connections are so valuable is that it makes it super easy and super convenient for the end user customer, because they can complete the whole transaction inside their e-procurement system. And essentially, that means it's a must-have for selling office and business products to large accounts. In fact, just this year, punch-out connections will account for hundreds of millions of dollars in sales of office products, computer supplies, office furniture, and industrial supplies. But here's the problem, and it's a big one, because the vast majority of your dealers out there can't offer and support punch-out connections. It's mainly because they don't have the technical expertise and resources in-house. Plus, punch-out goes way beyond the capabilities of their ERP system, and hiring a third-party firm can be expensive for them, because a single punch-out connection for just one customer can cost $5,000 and up. So it's out of the question for most dealers. So as a result, there's a huge disconnect now between you as the wholesaler, the dealer, and these large multi-million-dollar corporate, government, and education accounts. So that's why we decided to create a solution that's low cost for the dealer, fast and easy for them to implement, that includes your catalog content and is called the Punch-Out Wizard. So essentially, with the wizard, the dealer can simply go to a special web page like this, where they can come in and activate their account step by step in about 5 minutes, and come out on the other end with a punch-out site that looks something like this. And the best part is that it has your catalog and your content inside. So for example, here's a punch-out site that a dealer recently created using the wizard, which connects them on the one hand with the Ariba system, which is used by over 13,000 buyers in the state of Virginia on a daily basis, and a large wholesaler here on the other. Now I know it's a little dark, but hopefully you get the picture and can see why each of these punch-out connections can be worth millions of dollars in business for you and your dealers. And that's why almost all the top suppliers in each category like these offer punch-out connections. And now, with the wizard, even the smallest of dealers can play at the same level with the heavy hitters. So if you'd like to find out more about how you can take advantage of the punch-out wizard to support your dealers at the highest levels of e-commerce and create direct punch-out connections between large customers in your catalog at a very reasonable cost, there's a form on this webpage which you can fill out and submit while it's still fresh on your mind. Or otherwise, you can just get in touch with me directly. Here's my contact information and a picture. That's me in the middle. Thanks for your time, and thanks for listening.